There is no work small or big, only what you think makes a difference. A student preparing for MBA failed twice in the entrance exam and was depressed. He locked himself in a room and slept for 48 hours, lost in a dream of searching for his path. But he did not quit dreaming. He made an investment of $97 and created revenue in millions. Want to know how? Stay tuned till the end. करना था संघर्ष तो रोड पे चाय बनाया. Prafull Billore, founder of MBA Chaiwala. Prafull Billore is from Indore, Madhya Pradesh and belongs to a middle-class family. His father wanted him to get into a top MBA college and get placed at a reputed company. Prafull wanted to make his father happy and he started preparing for CAT examination. He dedicated 2 years to preparing and attempted several examinations but failed twice. He had given his best to studies but all was in vain. Disappointed and crushed by failure, Prafull broke down completely. He threw all his books away and locked himself in a room. He spent some time wallowing in sadness and feeling lost. He could not find a path to continue and he needed a change of perspective. So he decided to travel. Prafull traveled to multiple states on a low budget by taking lifts from truck drivers to reach one destination to another. This was a phase when he felt lost and far away from his dreams. He was searching for the purpose of his life. Meanwhile, he was lying to his family. Being in an Indian society, it is hard to convince your family that you don't want to study further. So he saw no other way. In Ahmedabad, Prafull was left with no money and he decided to get just any job to earn some cash. He attended interviews with multiple corporate companies. However, he was rejected for being an MBA dropout. Prafull then decided to work at McDonald's and earned less than $1 per hour. While working at McDonald's, Prafull came to realize that this is not his identity. It's not his destiny. Several questions were running through his mind. What is my identity? Where do I want to be? How can I create an impact on society? He started roaming the streets, blending in with other people who seemed to have been beaten down by life. He sat on the corner of the road and observed his surroundings. He looked at the tea stall across the road for hours and remembered the days when tea was his only companion. He felt a wave of inspiration to open a tea shop. Prafull knew that he had to listen to his gut, but he wanted to be sure, so he gave it a lot of thought. It took 50 days to convince himself that the idea to open a tea stall was a good one. Undoubtedly, it was not easy for Prafull to gain the courage to open a tea stall being an educated student. Hailing from an Indian family, people expect their children to become engineers, doctors, lawyers, or government officers. They frown upon children who start tea stalls, as such a business is considered one chosen by the illiterate. Prafull struggled a lot with his thought, but eventually realized that he wanted to choose this path. He wanted to sell tea. However, he did not have much money to open a fancy cafe, so he borrowed $96.94 from his father. By lying to him, he said that he wants to do a short-term educational course and his father loaned him the money. He bought some utensils and decided to open a small tea stall on the roadside. Prafull was neither a foodie nor was he very fond of making tea. Still, he built a multi-million business by selling this beloved beverage. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Let's look at how he did it. Prafull wanted to do something different to make his tea stall more appealing to the customers. So he sold tea in earthen cups with a combo of tea, toast and tissue for just $0.36. He did this to stand out from the cluster of tea stalls that were already present. And it worked well for him. Prafull's stall was making a name for itself. and was getting recognized and earning better than all other tea stalls in the area. While this was something to celebrate, Prafull was far from acknowledging that. He started facing a lot of trouble from his surroundings, which led to a wave of struggles. His competitors mocked him and spewed hostility in his direction because Prafull's tea stall was showing signs of prosperity. They felt envious of his tea stall and eventually they trashed it. Again, Prafull lost everything. But this time, he did not let it get to him. Prafull rented a space outside a hospital and started everything from scratch, all over again. His hustle continued. This time, he named his shop MBA Chaiwala and decided to focus on his business completely. He stopped worrying about his studies. Since there are so many tea shops in India, almost one in every corner, it's difficult to stand out from the rest and grasp customers' attention. Therefore, Prafull thought it was important to bring some uniqueness to his stall. He wanted MBA Chaiwala to offer something different, apart from what every other stall was doing. During his travels, he learned a lot from different people, places, and cultures. He decided to use that bed of knowledge to help him with some interesting ideas for his business. First, Prafull came up with a unique idea to create a small space in his shop where job seekers can leave their contact details and education qualifications so that job providers can contact them. This strategy gained the attention of the people around him and was a massive hit. Second, he organized several games for children and activities like singing and poetry to attract youngsters. Third, he launched engaging offers like free tea on Valentine's Day for singles and organized Mehfile Kavita. Through these initiatives, he grew in popularity among youth and veterans. Prafull didn't stop there. He started to raise funds for social causes, like helping cancer patients and underprivileged children. He also raised funds for flood calamities. His active participation in social causes and political campaigns during Bihar and Delhi elections made him well known among various people. After 2 years of struggle, he finally had a breakthrough. He got the opportunity to expand his business in different places, and his growth was unparalleled. People used to make fun of him because he opened a tea stall, even though he was educated. And coming from a good family background meant that opening a tea stall was looked down on, because it was considered unhonorable in a society like India. But this did not faze him. Prafull continued working on his dreams and didn't let society's opinion bother him. Gradually, he started to earn millions and was invited to several entrepreneurial events. After 2 years of struggle, his business started to make a turnover of over $484,000 every year. Prafull's entrepreneurship journey was not an easy path to travel. He walked on a road that seemed to be impossible for everyone, but he didn't give up on his life, dream, and passion. The tale of Prafull's life from being an MBA dropout to becoming the owner of MBA Chaiwala shows us where there is a will, there's a way. Prafull Billore started his business in 2017, and with out-of-the-blue marketing techniques, he has opened several outlets of MBA Chaiwala across the country. His sleepless nights and hard work paid off when he was invited to his dream college, IIM Ahmedabad, to teach the students entrepreneurship skills. What an ironic turn of events. Prafull's life journey is truly one to remember. Years before, he couldn't get admission into his dream college, IIM Ahmedabad, and he felt like a failure. However, he didn't accept failure as his fate. He worked hard and followed his passion. An year later, Prafull Billore, who currently has 1.65 million subscribers on YouTube, was invited as a guest speaker at the same college, IIM Ahmedabad, and this time, he could walk into his dream college with his head held high. A full circle moment indeed. For more such intriguing startup stories, stay connected with us by subscribing to our Exitfund YouTube channel. Turn on the bell icon to get notified of our videos.